Sometimes life just gets hard. Hi, today we're making Fugazzeta. It is Argentinian. It's a variation of Fugazzeta, which is a thick pizza topped with cheese and onions. But in this version, there's two crusts that are sandwiched on top of each other. Crimped shut, the cheese is in the middle, and the onions go on top. I've never made this before, but my expectation is that it will be sort of a bready, cheesy pie topped with onions. That's my expectation. We'll see if my expectation aligns with reality. Let's get started. This is our dough. Here's some B-roll of me making the dough. We put it in the proofer for an hour. The recipe calls for an hour and a half to 2 hours, but since we had the proofing oven, it sped things up a little bit. We're using the New York Times recipe. I will put the link in the description. The first thing we need to do is divide the dough in half, and we're gonna put one half in the bottom of this cast iron skillet that we've oiled up. She is glistening. She is a glazed donut. Okay. Ooh, satisfying. And then I'm gonna take one half of the dough. I'm gonna stretch it out. It's just like making a pizza. Okay, I feel like that looks pretty good. Fugazzeta! Time for cheese. So we're going to shingle the provolone. We've got some nice slices of provolone here. The recipe calls for 5 ounces. This is 6. We're crazy today. We're gonna shingle it into a circle, leaving a 1/2 inch border around the outside. Next, we're going to sprinkle mozzarella on top of the provolone that we just laid down so nicely, maintaining that 1/2 inch border. Okay, now that we have our provolone, our mozzarella, we're going to sprinkle some oregano over the top of that. ASMR, oregano. Now we're going to sprinkle some red pepper. And finally, a pinch of salt. Fugazzeta! Okay, now's the scary part. We're gonna stretch out our second half of dough, and we're going to make it big enough to go over top of this piece of dough, and then we're gonna crimp the sides shut like we're making a pie. So I'm scared about the stretching and draping part, but I'm gonna be brave. So we're stretching, and we're not panicking, we're just stretching. We're doing the knuckles thing. Okay, I feel like this might be big enough. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Ah! Okay. We're all okay, everybody. Yay! I know we were scared. I was too. We got through it together. We're coming out on the other side. Now I'm just gonna go around and crimp these edges, which I know how to do. I've baked pies before. Strawberry rhubarb to be specific. You can find that video on this channel and you can watch it. Self-promotion. On YouTube. Oh my god, the ice cream man's going by. Sorry, ice cream man. Got Fugazzeta to eat. Okay, look at that. Fugazzeta! So now, we're gonna cover it with a towel and let it proof for another 30 minutes. While the Fugazzeta is proofing, I'm gonna slice up this onion that's gonna go on top using our mandolin. The recipe says the thinner the better, so we have the mandolin on the thinnest setting. I'm crying. Oh no. Oh no. R.I.P. to my makeup. If I look crazy in the second half of this video, that's why. Just know I did it for you. I did it for the Fugazzeta. Sometimes life just gets hard. It's just a lot, you know? Sometimes it's getting hard to see what I'm doing. But hopefully it's good content. Okay, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I can't see. That was intense. We're going to take our onions and we're going to dump them into this bowl of salt and ice water. It's a tablespoon of salt. We're gonna let our onions sit in there for 5 to 10 minutes. These onions hurt me, and now they are in a watery grave. They're looking pretty dry to me. All right, it's time for our toppings. So we're going to remove our towel. This has been proofing for 30-40 minutes, and now it's time to put stuff on top of it. So we're gonna start with some Parmesan that we shredded up, and we're just gonna sprinkle that all over top. That looks like a lot of Parmesan. The recipe called for 1 3/4 cups of Parmesan. It looks like a lot. We're gonna see what happens. I don't know, I've never made this before. Now it's time for the onions. I'm not doing this again with them. Just keeping a safe distance, leaning away. It looks like a lot of onion, so a lot of onion, a lot of Parmesan. That's the theme of the day. Next, we're going to drizzle olive oil over top. And finally, we're going to go in with a heaping pinch of salt. Okay, now it's time to go in the oven. We're gonna put this in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes until the top starts to look a little golden brown and the onions are kind of the onions are shriveling up a little bit at 450 degrees. Our Fugazzeta has been in the oven for 32 minutes. Took a little longer than the recipe said, but that's okay. We are going to broil on high now for 2 to 3 minutes. We're broiling on high to get the top nice and charred. There's flame happening. Oh! It's very cheesy. I was worried that the onion would be overpowering, but it's not. It's pretty mild on top. It just kind of cuts the cheesiness a little bit. I'm gonna try something though. Hang on, I'll be right back. What if we dipped our Fugazzeta in a little sauce? Could be nuts. This is pizza sauce. It's the same recipe that I used in the Chicago tavern-style pizza video. I'll put the link in the description, but it's delicious pizza sauce, and I think this might be really good. That's a bite. The sauce adds a little something. It cuts a little bit. I mean, it is flavorful without the sauce, but the sauce just balances it a little bit, in my opinion. Try it both ways if you try this. Have sauce on hand, you know, just in case. Fugazzeta! Bye! Bye.